Hello and welcome back to Megadimension Neptunia VII. That's me, Blind with Neo Rambler. Right then, I apologise for the delay in videos the last couple of days. That is because I read a comment in the previous video. I can't remember who said it, but whoever it was, you know who you are. Thank you very much for leaving it. In that, apparently there are 2 dungeons in the Heart Dimension that we can actually find if we send our scouts out. So what I've done is I have gone and done that. I actually got all my scouts together and sent them off. Just left them be, you know, leaving the computer idle, just doing some grinding for some levels, that sort of thing. Up and down the paths to fight the enemies. And lo and behold, 2 new dungeons were discovered. And maybe more, but I've only discovered 2 so far. One is Planetoon, which is quite interesting, with a few creatures there that I've discovered. And the other one is the one I want to show off in this video today. This video may not be as long as normal. You never know, it might be. Obviously look at the time, you can judge for yourselves. But at the time of recording, I don't know. But this is the dungeon I'm most interested in. The Senmu Labyrinth. Now the reason for this is because this place is fucking hardcore, at least relative to this game. Basically when I discovered it, I looked at it and I was like, oh, look at the image on the top right. That's a rather weird looking dungeon. It looks similar to the sort of vector style cyberspace type dungeons, except this time it's black and white and it looks a bit dark, and for some reason it does this weird glitchy sort of look through the dungeon thing. And I thought, how very odd. It may be referencing a video game, I'm not sure which, I don't know, it could be just what it is for what it is. But the most important thing about this dungeon is the fact, like I said, it's fucking hardcore. So we're going to spend some time today just having a quick peek at this dungeon. So think of this as a sort of extra episode. Now, I have leveled up the girls, as you can see, and they were, up until a few minutes ago, at the time of this recording, at level 69 apiece. In a few minutes, they suddenly jumped to level 84. If you look at the comment section from the previous video, you will know why, and I want to show that off right now. Now, this dungeon, as you can see already, it's quite a striking dungeon in that it's got some funky music in the background, which you've probably heard before, but it's awesome. Good soundtrack to this dungeon. You can't see very far in front of you. It is very foggy, so there's like a weird sort of fog effect, probably done on purpose for that illusion of depth of perception, depth of field, you know, that older games consoles couldn't do back in the day, like the PlayStation. That's use foggy stuff. Well, they didn't use foggy stuff, it did produce a fog, because the PlayStation CPU couldn't produce that much data ahead of itself. So games like Silent Hill had to make use of it for scary stuff. But anyway, point being is it's got that sort of look about it. And you'll see that there's no map. The map is completely cut off. There is no map for this dungeon. If you were to press start, it says no display. There's nothing here. So you're completely blind in this dungeon. Now, of course, as you can see, there are some enemies here. One looks like Gary the Snail from SpongeBob, and the other one just looks like regular old tortoise. Do not be fooled! As I was, because these guys fucking hurt. Now, they're not hurting as much as they did before, but even so, they hurt like a bitch right now. These guys just trounced me. They are quick. They do at least 2,000 to 3,000 damage a hit, at least at the time of the level I was at before. And yeah, they suck. They are very strong, and they're very hard to hit when you're at a lower level, which was very irritating. Now my girls have leveled up quite a bit, so they're a little bit stronger, but I haven't bothered getting any more healing items, which I've just realised is a bit of a short-sighted hindrance. Never mind though, we'll do our best to try and beat these guys up. Ah, don't do that, that's mean. As you can see, they're doing a lot of damage to the girls, and like I said beforehand, I struggled big time with these. But I persevered! I was like, oh, Mr. Hardcore Dungeon all of a sudden, are we? Well, so much for this difficulty being you know, the difficulty of this game being really easy and stuff. I guess there is a spike in it after all. I mean, we sort of discovered that in the last video, or the video before, I forget which. The one where we fought the fake versions of the original CPUs. They were quite hard. But yeah, this dungeon, yeah, fuck that noise. I thought that was hardcore. This is pretty hardcore in itself. Now, I'm not going to show off all the enemies in combat because they don't really do anything special. They just hurt like a mofo. But what I am going to try and do for this video is try and get through as much of this dungeon as possible by showing it off. Now, I have gathered up the treasures in this dungeon for the most part, except for that one over there, which I missed. Observation scope. The only treasure of note, apart from this one as well. I can't believe I completely missed these. Wow. But the only treasures of note is the money you can get. You can get anything between 3,000 6,000 credits. I've got a few rare items, a couple of rare healing items, but nothing special. But a few thousand credits, and a new weapon for Neptune, the Mechanical Blade Zenith, which you can see from her strength is got up 3-folds compared to the other girls. So the strength already on Neptune's weapon is much stronger than the others. That was found, not DLC, that was found in this dungeon. So, oh, fuck a duck. I just dealt with you lot. I'm going to try and escape if possible. It's quite difficult to escape from these enemies as well, so... Oh, bugger. Right, okay, never mind. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We shall try to fight them. They do a lot of damage, by the way, these guys. Even at this level up at the moment, they are very, very strong. You must make sure you're doing area attacks on them at all times as best as you can. Unless you're Neptune, unless you're Noir or Blanc, in which case you need to use your elemental attacks because your area attacks suck. That's my advice anyway. So, anyway, let's get back up. You're going to be reviving a lot of characters when you're down here, or at least I am anyway, and was and still is. The only attack that Neptune can do that's an area attack is V-Slash, which is pretty good, but it's not elemental, and a lot of these enemies have physical resistances. And some elemental resistances, but nothing special. But anyway, right, so, taking him out, we should be alright now. Take him out quickly, quickly, quickly. Nice. Okay. This is a lot easier than it was the last. You know, like I said, the last couple of days I've been down here, just checking it out and avoiding enemies, and then grinding on the enemies to get powerful enough to even try and fight them. You know, I've been doing a fair bit. But anyway, enough of that being said, the difficulty with this dungeon is navigating it. It's so hard to navigate this dungeon. It really is, because again, unless you've got like a map from the internet or something like that, you are going in blind. And I completely missed those treasures before. I've never seen them before. But like I said, the only treasures of note is the weapon that I showed you for Neptune and the money. But that's all we've had so far. I mean, there may be more. This place is massive. Really, really big dungeon. Now, the reason why I like it is because, and I mean this, the reason why I like it is because it reminds me of Final Fantasy X-2 a little bit, Via Infinito, which was a optional dungeon you could go down in the game, and it was fucking rock solid as well back in the time, relative to Final Fantasy II gameplay standards anyway. And yeah, it was really fun. I loved exploring it. It was basically just repetitive floors that sort of randomise over and over and over again. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. Whereby there's 100 floors to explore, and there we go, managed to find the next floor, level 2. There is some new enemies down here, just going off on a side note here, but we're going to avoid the common ones as best we can. They are difficult to avoid because they seem to be faster and a bit more alert or a bit more twitchy, so it's just about timing really. But anyway, yeah, Final Fantasy X-2, it was called Via Infinito, and it was like 100 floors, and you would go down each one, fighting enemies, and as you go down the floors, they got harder and harder and harder. Every 20 floors you fought a boss, and the first boss was quite easy, and then the next, like 3 or 4 bosses were like super bosses, and it was ridiculous. You get to the bottom, and you have to fight another super boss, followed by an even more powerful super boss. And it was fun. I really enjoyed it. It was a simple, optional dungeon, but it was full of intrigue. The music, the settings, the thematics, the fact that we were just going forever downwards in these dungeons was ridiculous. There's a new enemy there. I forget what it's called. The Queen Omega, or Omega Queen, I think it's called. Quite powerful, actually, but we're not going to fight it right this moment. Might do in the next video. I just wanted to show you off this dungeon while I can, just to let you know I haven't forgotten about you guys and girls. I know I haven't done a lot of videos recently. I am back at work, by the way. Christmas holiday is over, but I'm trying to make sure I can get at least a video out once or twice a week again, because I only did it to once a week sometimes. There's another big enemy there. No point fighting him. He's not too difficult. He's got a ton of HP. He's not too difficult, but he only gives you 500 experience points. The Gary snails and the sort of evil Blastoise turtle things, they can give you about a couple of thousand each, and if you about 3,000 or 4,000 each, maybe even more than that, actually, thinking about it. They can give you a lot of experience points. The Queen Amigas, those the enemy in the distance over there, I can see it. There it is. They give off a fair bit of experience points, but they just fucking hurt. Those things pack a punch. You've got to be dead careful with them. I don't know my way around this dungeon, by the way, so I am going rather blind. I think I've just gone back on myself. No, here we go. Now, so far, I've discovered 4 levels of this dungeon. 4 levels. There may be more, so I want to get to at least the 4th level, because there is an enemy down there I want to show off that was redonkulous. And it was mentioned in the comments, and I'll talk more about it specifically in a moment. And again, whoever left the comment knows who they are and what comment it is. Now, another new enemy down here, I think it's called the Punisher. Not a bad... No, not the Punisher. I don't know what that one's called, actually. We'll fight a few of them towards the end of the video. I mean, it's not a very long video, this, so I just want to explore the dungeon. I want to show off this enemy that I found earlier. That's redonkulous. But I'll fight some of this before the end. But just for now, because I'm low on healing items, and none of my girls know any magic. I mean, I could change the party up, but I just can't be bothered. I'm sticking with the 4 girls for now. But none of them have any healing magic, which is a right pain in the arse. Again, if I swap the party members around, I could solve that problem, but I can't be asked. Although, having said that, I wonder actually if I can use the party members that are not in the party to heal. Oh, I could have done. Oh well, we'll have a look at that in a moment. Anyway, point being is I'm low on healing, so I've not just gone around in a big circle. That's the only problem. Like I said, the big problem with this dungeon is you can't see where you're going. But I like this sort of thing, this optional super enemy dungeon thing. And you can't see where you're going. It's all full of mystique and intriguingness. It's simple but scary, but I want to dig further and further. This is the sort of RPG I like. It's like big, scary, sort of super boss style dungeons. I mean, I'm not saying this is a super boss dungeon, but it's got the feel of it. That's why I got excited. So that's why I kept persevering over the last couple of days by exploring it, fighting the enemies, grinding EXP so I could fight them a bit harder without using DLC stuff. And yeah, it's really cool. I love it. I love this sort of thing. It's just full of intrigue. Now then, I'm just trying to remember which way to go. Like I said, it's hard. There is another floor. It's not this floor I'm not too concerned about at the moment. I think I've got most of the treasures here. There might be a few more scattered around. Oh, speak of the devil. An exuberant lump. Thank you. Could be quite useful. But no, it's the 4th floor. Now, there's another enemy here as well. There's the Wild Werechew. And I haven't been able to beat that enemy. That enemy is actually quite tough. It basically does some sort of attack whereby every turn you get damaged by like 2,000 or 3,000 points, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's like a poison damage effect. I can't really explain it. I might show it off again in a bit. If not, I'll show it off at a later date because I need to level up to be able to beat it. It's tough. But this enemy that we're going to go show off in a moment isn't so tough, and it's fucking awesome. But anyways, yeah, this place is very confusing. I said there's no map, there's no radar, so you'll get lost, you'll meet lots of dead ends. There's lots of dead ends in this dungeon, which is a right pain in the arse. But occasionally you do come across some treasures. There's another one here I've missed. Observation scope, not really what I'm after, but I'll take it. Some dud treasures in this, like I said, some really good ones, mostly money and a couple of good healing items or reviving items. A weapon, but only one so far, sadly. Right, there's the Werechew. Don't fight it. It is fucking hardcore. At least at my level and at this stage. I'm trying to avoid the bastard. There's another new enemy there, which I don't think I've fought before. It looks like a legendary Pokemon. Shit.
Let's end this quick.
Okay, I don't think this guy's actually that tough, but I can't remember.
Checkmate.
Yeah, he's not too bad. I can beat him. Oh, I was a bit worried there. You've got to get rid of these high-level Dogus, though. They're very easy to kill, but they heal like a bitch. So you've got to be, you know, they heal the enemies like a bitch. You've got to be very careful with it. See, 28,000 experience points. Not something to snub. The Werechew, I don't know how much it gives. That dude over there gives, again, about 28,000. But the Werechew probably might give more. I just haven't been able to beat him yet. I'm trying to avoid him as best as I can. I'm trying to look around the whole room, because I'm sure there's another exit. Yeah, here we are. Excuse me, sorry. But I love this dungeon. This is the intrigue. There's no sense to it. It's just optional. It's bleak. It's blank. It's scary. Full of danger. But at the same time, I want to know more. I must know more. I might just be going around in circles. I don't know. See, that's the trouble when you're not fighting the enemies. You just go around in circles. But you've got to avoid them. I'm only avoiding them for now just because I don't want to. I want to get to the bottom floor. God, it's such a confusing dungeon. There is a level 4 here, I can promise you that. It's just so hard to find. Going between you two. There it is. There we go. Fantastic. I didn't think I'd actually get this one. So this is as far as I've got, but I don't know if there is another level 2 this dungeon. There was a few treasures in this dungeon which I have picked up. Now, there's one other enemy there. I haven't fought that yet. We'll probably fight that in a moment, but that's not the enemy I want to show off. The enemy I want to show off is around here somewhere. It may not be the enemy, actually. that the person who commented in the YouTube section in the last video was referring to. Oh, it's this dude. He's not so difficult. The Shadow Law, that's his name. He packs a punch, but he hasn't got a lot of health. He's not too difficult. At least for me at this stage, anyway. That's just me.
Now who's my opponent?
But he didn't come out till level 3, so by then I was pretty leveled up. Oh no, Neptune's been knocked out. Shit. Yeah, just get him out. You've really got to be careful with these guys. They do pack a punch if you're not careful, but they are relatively easily dealt with. Now there might be a level 5 here. I'm actually game to venture a bit further down here, but I want to find this enemy. I know it's here, and I'll explain if it is the right enemy. I'll explain well, I won't explain. I just want to show it off basically because it's bizarre. If I can find it, it is down here. Just trying to find it. Like I said, it's so difficult to navigate. There might even be a level 5 here, and I've never seen it before. I don't know. Like I said, you can usually round up in dead ends. Yeah, there's a dead end there. There could have been a treasure there if I can't remember where the treasures are exactly in this dungeon. I haven't looked it up on the internet. I haven't looked up all the enemies or anything like that. I've just got into it completely blind over the last couple of days, just exploring it. Oh, it says lots of days. This could be as low as it goes. I really don't know. There it is, Mr. Doogoo.
Hey, I wasn't ready.
It's doing. Oh, it ran away. Oh, bastard. Now that enemy there, we're going to fight it again. Hopefully it'll respawn in a moment. So I'm just going to give it some chance today. If it doesn't, I'll be annoyed. Now that enemy there is powerful. It's called the Super Doogoo, I think. And it does fuck all damage to you, and it has fuck all health. Probably has a bit of defense to it, because when you do damage to it, it does very little, but it does enough. It's bizarre. When you kill it, however, it gives you a stupid amount of experience points, and I mean a stupid amount of experience points. I just want to show it off. I think this particular enemy is the enemy that gives you the most experience points in the game. I think that's what was said in the comment section last time. He may or she may not have been referring to this particular enemy, but I'm pretty sure they were. If it will come back. I hope it does. If it doesn't, I'll be annoyed. Perhaps if I run away. Are you going to respawn, or are you just a one-off? Might have just been a one-off. Well, I hope not. Well, hopefully it'll spawn back later. If it doesn't... Oh, I think it did actually. I think I heard the music cue. Yep, there he is. Right, let's try again. You've got to get the advantage on it there so it doesn't run away. Oh, sorry, it's called the Big Metal Doogoo. Oh, my bad. Yeah, but there you go, like 25 damage, but that's bizarre, you think. You think, oh, Big Metal Doogoo, 25 damage. Hit it again, 50 damage. And you think, oh, okay, that was bizarre. That's 13 million experience points. 13 million. So yeah, I'm going to be grinding on these. Well, I don't want to grind it too much because people have complained that it makes the game too easy. But I want to grind on them a little bit so that I can fight some of these other enemies. But yeah, so I just thought I'd show it off. Now, if that is the super enemy that was told in the comments section, whereby you get the most experience points out of it, which I think it is, because all the other experience points I've fought with other enemies has been nowhere near. The second highest that I found was a rare enemy. It gave me 195,000. That one's giving me 13 million. So, yeah, it's ridiculous. I think to summon him, you have to have discovered this dungeon, and you need an odd number of scouts here that have the enemy change perk. If you've got that, you're good to go. If you don't have that, then you're in trouble. Well, you're not in trouble. I don't think he spawns. I think you're... Oh, there is a next! Oh, let's find out. Labyrinth... Oh, that guy's going to be beastie. I don't want to fight him, because if I do fight him, I'm going to lose all my progress. So this is the bottom of the dungeon then. Is that a save point? There is a save point. I'm going to hazard a guess this is a super boss. Well, since the game is now saved, actually I just want to save over 15 and 16 because that's the files I'm using at the moment. Let's see how hard this guy's going to trounce us, because I've got a feeling he's going to trounce us quite a bit. God of Woe. Oh boy. Yeah, this guy, I believe, is the super boss of the game. He's damageable. We'll give him a go. Like I said, I'm not using DLC weapons, I'm just using the weapons I've bought and got so far. But I bet him and he's going to do a lot of damage. I think God of War we've met before in the previous games. I'm not sure, but yeah, this is definitely super boss territory. Yeah, that hurts. That hurts. Okay, I might need to do a bit of leveling up. It's a good job that we managed to summon that big metal doo-goo. Otherwise, I'd be up Poop Creek. Right, okay. I have some stuff though. Oh, god damn it. Come on. I doubt if we'll be able to beat him now, because I've only just come across him. I didn't even know he existed. We might be able to. We'll see. Let's see how far we get, because at the end of the day I can always come back to him in a different video and level up. I can't do it tonight because I'm a bit busy, but we'll see how we go. Trouble is we are going to run out of SP as well, and I probably should... You probably will, but I just want to give you a good fight anyway. When I say super boss, I mean I'm referring to like Final Fantasy style things. He probably isn't. I'm going to use HDD on actually. Let's get these girls HD'd up. They do a bit more extra damage. I think it's worth it. Trouble is though, is again if they're really weak, then maybe not. I need to heal up. Actually, Neptune doesn't need healing up at the moment, so we'll be alright. Right. Okay. But I've said I'm probably not doing this properly, so you'll have to forgive me. Let's get you leveled up. This Vert's going to go down. Okay. If she's not careful, Vert's going to go down. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Just see if it works. It's not doing too much extra damage, but you know how these things are. Actually, I've got a healing ring or healing field. I bought a few healing fields, which are fucking awesome, by the way. As long as you can get into the nearby things, so that'll do.
Who wants to get defeated?
Well, let's hope so. Right, okay.
I'll finish it this turn.
I just need to pummel them, really. If I pummel them, I'll be alright.
It might be best to heal.
That's not good. Okay, that is not good. Oh, 100%. Oh, I want to sell. Use it. Why not? Probably a bit of a waste, but...
I can go anytime. Strike first.
He's weak to water. Right, so I don't want to use volcano. I keep using volcano thing. It's not working, is it? Right, I'm not going to bother with HDD upping. I think that'll be a bit silly. I just need to start smacking them.
I will crush you.
I'll be the one to end this.
He did a super move there and I missed it. Sorry, guys. I shouldn't speed through this fight, and I am. It's because I'm focusing and concentrating. Not done too bad. I think I might need to level up a bit, but thanks to the super metal doo-goo, it has kind of nerfed this a bit. But whatever. Right, he's down, I think, on strength, which would be grand if he is. I said he was. He is not. Now, I think Neptune had access to her next form, which is interesting. So I'll see if I can do that. Yeah, they got a next form. I'll do that later. I want to do it with Neptune. Except Neptune's gone down. He seems to be getting stronger the more damage we do to him, which is kind of not good. Well, so much for that plan to get Neptune to next damage. I just think we need to just keep wailing on him. Keep wailing and hope for the best. Okay, he's still alive. He's going. He's. No, we've got to fight. We've got to keep fighting. Oh. Ooh. That hurt. That hurt. Let's use real angel wings, get them back up on the feet. Yeah, he's getting strong. I've done really well so far. I mean, I said it's obviously compared to like Final Fantasy standards, it's not like that super bossish, but for this sort of game, it kind of is. Ow.
It is my turn.
I mean, I don't know what new. Oop, not one that. I don't know what new abilities he's going to have as we get his health down. We're doing well though. I should be using like. See, I would use these C skills, but they're so crap. They really don't do a lot. I mean, I promise you, they might have some stat things or whatever, but they really don't do a lot for me. So I end up just forgetting it and just basically wailing on them. Alright, it's down. So we've got plenty of life fragments. We should be all right. I think we're going to do this. If we keep wailing, we should be all right. Ow! That okay. I said that, and then I think I might have tooted my own horn there because that's quite dangerous. I need to keep like a distance away from him.
I will attack. Are
Right,
you
we
ready?
need to heal. We need to heal. We need healing field. That's it. We're good. Okay, I could use stat boosting. I don't want to. I just want to keep wailing.
My turn.
Wailing for me seems to be the going strategy.
It's my turn.
I will
That was effective.
Yeah, wailing seems to work. Wailing seems to work. I'm just going to wail.
I've been waiting.
There's not a lot to say, really. I'm just concentrating. I apologise. I could... Yeah, we could use HCD Neptune. See, it doesn't really do a lot of damage. It's just not worth it.
I'm more than enough.
Right, he's down. Oh, she's down, sorry. But life fragments, if
Now,
we
who
keep
to choose?
space away from him, we should be alright.
It's my
Will
turn.
you stop knocking her out, you twat?
My turn. Oh, nephew.
He's nearly dead. If I can just... I don't know what's going to happen. This is what I mean. Hopefully, it's just keep wailing and hope for the best. They always have been.
Now, who should I fight?
She's down again. It might be that he uses his dragon thing every now and again, like every couple of
is
turns.
my
I
turn.
don't know. Don't know what he's capable of.
I've been waiting. I'll finish
Oh, he's
it
so
this
nearly
turn.
dead.
I'm more than enough.
So nearly dead.
What
Okay,
should
I think we're gonna
do?
get. I think we're gonna get him. I need to heal Vert though. Can I reach her from my thing? I can't reach it. Okay, it doesn't matter. I think we're gonna be all right though.
Straight
Yeah,
first
he's going
and
down.
twisting
He's going
later.
down. I need to bring back Vert though.
Now,
I want everybody
who
to get
should I
experience
fight?
from this.
It is my turn.
Don't know though. It could be close.
It's my turn.
Paralysing hit.
I would-
It's all right. We're all right. I think we've got this. I think I shouldn't panic. We got him. Hey!
Finally over.
We've got 682,000 experience points, past memories, and an eject button.
Yeah.
That's all we got out of that. But there you go. So that was the Senmu dungeon, or at least some of it anyway. It's a good job we did heal, actually, which is great. Well, not heal, sorry, saved even, sorry. Well, I'm struggling to speak. So yeah, there you go. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like this place. Let's go, before we finish up then, because I said this was only sort of like an extra side video, really. Before we carry on, I just wanted to show this dungeon off. The X-Planetoon dungeon I'll show off in the next main video. Let's fight this dude. Oh, there's a treasure over there.
From start to finish.
Bet this guy's actually probably more difficult than that guy down there. I mean, 600,000 experience points. You'd think if we hadn't have, no, he's pretty easy. Only because of the high level there. If we hadn't have come across the big metal Dugu,
Pretty good, right?
you know, we would be struggling. I would be struggling against God of Woe. I don't think I would have beaten him. There'd have been no way for me to beat that guy. Only because I've beaten the Super Metal Dogo, Big Metal Dogo, sorry, like twice. That's the only reason we were able to do that. So I did kind of cheat a bit there, and I apologise. But yeah, I just wanted to show off the Big Metal Dogo, and it's just stupendously weird. But it's I think that is the enemy that just gives off ultimate experience points. It's ridiculous. So yeah, but let's see if we can fight a few more. So we fought that Dark Owl thing. Wasn't expecting. I'm tempted to have a go at Werechu. I think Werechu's actually the hardest enemy down here at the moment. He's a bastard. He's a right dick. I really want to beat him, but he does this weird damage move where you get damaged a lot every turn. I want to have a go at beating him, but I want to fight Big Metal Dugu a few more times beforehand. That's the only guy I would like to beat now, is that dude. Because I haven't beaten him. He is tough as chips.
Like a kangaroo.
Another one there. God, there's loads of them. Probably doesn't give off that much experience points. Probably gives us like 60, 80,000. But I want to fight him, but I need Big Metal Dugu. Ooh, another treasure though. There's probably a load of treasures down here I've missed. So it's nice to occasionally sort of discover bits and bobs. But this is a dead end, isn't it? Yeah, it's a dead end. Okay. But there you go. This has been my favourite dungeon in this game so far. I like hard dungeons. I've always have done. Not to show off my skill or anything. It's nothing to do with skill, because I've cheated technically by fighting the big metal Dugu. It's the fact that it's just a cool, optional, more challenging add-on. There you are. Just get round to him before he realises. Got it.
What shall I do? I'll nip you all up.
Nice. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. Right. I'd like to fight this guy.
Nice to meet you.
Let's have a go. Let's have a go.
Feel honored. I won't.
This guy's tough. He just does this weird attack and it just damages you every turn. It's really hard.
What should I
He does a lot of damage as well, so you've got to be very careful.
Now who's my opponent?
I'm just going to try and keep my distance. That missed. I hate that when that happens.
I will attack. Are you ready?
Yeah, right, because I think she's now got this weird effect. It's bizarre. We'll see, we'll see.
It's my turn.
Just keep his distance, keep his distance.
You're not bad.
No, he's still going. Okay. Alright, you're running out of SP, sadly. If I could beat him, I'll feel happy then. She's down. Okay, I will use... I'll use a life fragment on her.
I'll finish it this turn.
Just got to keep my distance of him. I think the idea is to keep the distance. That's... Trouble is, I can't... Well, she can still use GP gauge moves, so that's alright. He's going down now. I'm doing much better against him this time.
Now, who to choose?
So I think... But it is... He did this weird attack. They just all died, and I don't know why. It was odd. But I think...
My body's feeling heavy.
I think he's going to go down. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about this.
I've been waiting. What shall I do?
Nasty. Yeah, I think he's going to go down.
It's
Oh, he's
my
nearly
turn.
dead. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes, dickhead. 60,000 experience points. End comp as an item. Nicely done. So there you go. So yeah, that's it really. I don't think this is... I mean, we've fought everybody down. I think the only guy we haven't fought is the Queen Amigas and that dude over there. Oh, I suppose we could fight this before we finish up. What I'm going to do after this video is just do a bit more grinding for money. So they got some cash so I can buy some more items because we're very low on items. As you can see, because I've sort of nerfed them a bit. And I know they're high level girls right now, but to be fair, we've had a bit of a challenge and I've enjoyed it. Oh, go away! No! Run. I'll give you balls for trying to fight me though. Ah, bollocks.
I let my guard
Actually, no, I think we've already fought this dude, haven't
It
we?
is my
No, I
turn.
tell a lie, I've already fought this dude. Sorry.
What should I
Short-term memory lost has
finish
returned.
this? Didn't think you'd
Yeah, well no, I can't be asked to fight the Queen Amiga, leave it, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, point being is that's the Senmu dungeon. I'm going to get out of here now. I don't need to level up with the Dugu because I've done what I wanted to do
Why
down
are you
here.
looking at me like
So we'll leave it for now. And yeah, I just wanted to show that off. I suppose I could just quickly make it back here and I'll show off X-Planetoon. Might as well. Scouts have arrived as well, so I'll show you off that as well while I'm here. Might as well.
I'll nip you all. Now, who to choose?
Let's just fight these guys off.
First, ask questions later.
Awesome.
Child's play. That should do it.
I mean, I only reason why I did this optional dungeon is not to make the last part of the game any easier, so I apologise if I've spoilt it. It's just because it was there and I wanted to show it off because somebody hinted off in the comments section, you know, oh, there's a, you know, there's this enemy if you go to this particular dungeon. They didn't actually tell me about this dungeon though. They didn't tell me about how difficult it was going to be in the comments section. They just said, oh, there's a dungeon you can find with scouts, and then if you put in this odd number of scouts with enemy change, you'll find this enemy that gives you the most experience in the game. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll see if I can find it. And I didn't check it up on the internet or anything like that. And sure enough, here it was. Right, anyway, I'm just going to quickly pop to the shop while I'm here. As well, save myself a bit of effort afterwards. Is there any real point of getting those, to be fair? Nah, get some netballs. The healing grass, I shouldn't really have bothered either. Healing field is what I want, but I need to get some life fragments. Subin fragments, get a few of those. Yeah, I can get 30 of those. I don't really need them at this point. SP charges I do need, so I'll get 30 of those. Don't need a PSP charges. I'll get a couple more healing fields. That'll do. Awesome.
Sorry, I already ate the best part.
I don't know who you're talking about or what you're referring to. Right, okay, so yeah, Explanet Neptune. This dungeon is not nearly as hard as the one we were just at, and you can see where you're going. It's actually just one area. There's no levels to it. It's just one place. And you'll recognise it. This was at the end of Rebirth 3. Pretty cool, isn't it? So, yeah, it's Rebirth 3. It's full of these nerdy dudes. Really easy to kill. You've seen them all before, can't be asked to fight them. There's the horse, there's the Dugu. They're all slightly stronger, they give off a few thousand experience points. There's a giant nerdy guy. We'll fight him just for the sake of it. But the other little ones you've seen before. I think you've probably seen the giant nerdy one as well, but it's a laugh, isn't it?
We won't lose. Now, who to choose? Who will it do?
Whatever that means. I don't know. Hey.
Who's my opponent? My turn.
There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But like I said, it's only because I'm highly leveled up. So there's that. As that enemy you have to discover with your scouts though at the dungeons. You can't. That enemy's not normally there. Your scouts have to find a new enemy and find that. I don't think they found any new enemies in the Senmu dungeon, but I'll check the list in a moment just to double check that one. I don't know. They might be able to. I just probably haven't found any yet. The other one's the big squid dude down there, which we'll just have a quick nosy at, and then we'll get out of this dungeon before it turns me into an Irishman. Well, stereotypical Irishman. In other words, not an Irishman. Right. Okay. Just do that. Just fight the most easy peasy. It's called Squid Invasion. Bless it. It's very cute. It's very easy to kill though.
It is my turn. What should I do? It's my turn.
There you go. Not really, nothing really special to it. But it's there. Right, let's get out of here. We don't care about this dungeon. I just want to quickly check the scouts before we end the video because I didn't do that just a moment ago. There are a couple of treasures there, nothing special, just the usual money and items. So there you go. Right, let's get scouts then, see what you got. Great. What's cash? Oh, found a hidden treasure in Dream Pass area. Okay. And nothing else. So yeah, there you go. So that's just an optional video. Just wanted to show off those two dungeons. Just say that we've done it. There might be more over here. I don't know if that's story stuff later or if that's optional. In which case, if it is, I'll see if I can find it in between videos. But until then, I'll do it for now. So if it's a bit shorter than normal, I apologise. But until then, can I say thank you very much for watching if you have done. I hope you enjoyed it. And next time, if there are no more optional dungeons to find in this area, we'll carry on with the Heart Dimension storyline. We'll do this dungeon. It was said by a few people as well that both storylines, the Heart and Hyper Dimension routes, they sort of happen at the same time. And they do sort of meet up towards the end. If not, they kind of meet up at the very end. But we will do both storylines before the LP's over, so don't panic about that. Alright, we are going to do both. But there you go. But anyway, take it easy, have a good one, hope you're all well, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.